Reno Omokri, the table shaker here. And I've got a question for Bola Tinubu. Very direct, simple question. Sir, were you linked to a heroin drug forfeiture case in the United States, specifically in Chicago between the years 1992 and 1993? It's very simple. Yes or no? Because I challenge you to deny it or take me to court, because I do know for a fact that you were linked to such a case. We've got the court documents. And the question to Nigerians is this: can we afford to be led by a man with a known drug past? Heroin of all drugs, one of the most damaging drugs. Think about how such a man will be vulnerable to foreign intelligence services, to mafia crime families and other organized crime criminal organizations. We cannot afford to have such a vulnerable president. So it's a question we have to ask ourselves. Look at the man. Can he pass a drug test if it's given to him by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency? You know, so these are questions, pertinent questions that we need to ask, because he's not contesting to be the governor or president of his father's compound. He's contesting to be your president, to be my president. And we have the right to ask these pertinent questions because we are all involved. So Bola Tinubu, again, were you linked with a heroin drug forfeiture case in the United States in Chicago between the years 1992 and 1993? Very simple question. Because if you're not, I challenge you to take me to court. Thank you for watching. God bless you.
Is it not funny that 2 years ago, Mr. Reno Omokri tested Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and he discovered that he was not fit to be the president of Nigeria? I mean, he was not fit to govern the Nigerian people, because according to him, Mr. Tinubu was vulnerable to foreign intelligence agency based on his drug cases. He called him a drug lord. But today, before our very eyes, the same Mr. Reno Omokri, the same skin color, the same face, the same beards like that of Shoebrush, is pleased, honored, and favored to serve under a vulnerable president. He is so pleased, he found favor in the sight of a vulnerable president. Is it not funny? The same person, the only thing that changed is his age. The only difference is that he is 2 years older, because he made this statement 2 years ago. Today, he is pleased to be an ambassador serving under Tinubu's regime, and is now trying to sell Mr. Tinubu to us as a saint. I will play another video. He did not make one video. Mr. Reno Omokri was like a thorn in Mr. Tinubu's flesh 2 years ago. He was calling him out back to back, did an investigation on his drug case and found him guilty. And he was sounding it in our ears that this man was not fit to be our president. But before our very eyes, Mr. Reno Omokri is serving under Mr. Tinubu, the supposed vulnerable president. What do you call that? I'm sure the people who were alive 2 years ago, who saw Mr. Reno Omokri's videos calling out Tinubu and discrediting him that he could not be the president of Nigeria, would be very disappointed in their graves. That is, if they have any knowledge about life, they would be very disappointed in their graves to have believed Mr. Reno Omokri. They would be very disappointed. His ancestors would be very disappointed in him. Shameless human being. Hungry man. I don't know who did this picture for him, but the person really did a good job. The person described him perfectly. Hungry man. I think his picture should be on that hungry man noodles, Indomie noodles. His picture should be on the pack because he is a true definition of hungry man. This is another video of him calling out Tinubu, claiming that he was a drug lord. Watch it.
Yesterday, I did a video calling on Bola Tinubu to answer a simple question, just yes or no. Are you a drug lord? Because we've got documents showing that you were involved in a heroin cartel in Chicago between the years of 1991 and 1993. So it's a very, very simple question. We've got the documents showing that you forfeited almost $500,000 to the US government, and I have a master's in law, and if you've read law, you know that when you forfeit, it's almost like a conviction, because what you're saying is that, look, yes, I'm guilty, but I don't want to go all the way to trial, take what you want and then leave me alone. And so we need to ask this question, Bola Tinubu, were you a heroin drug lord? Because we don't want a person who is connected to drugs being our president. If you were not contesting to be president of Nigeria, I wouldn't be doing this video. It's a very, very simple question. Some people reached out to me. I got threats, which I'm going to ignore. But, well-meaning people reached out to me and said, look, leave this matter. It's in the past. Why should I leave this matter? How do you know it's in the past? Look at the kind of cartel behavior that Bola Tinubu has been exhibiting since 1999. Everybody who wants to be anything from governor to commissioner to other positions in Lagos have to come through him. That is a typical cartel behavior. Look what's happening right now with the National Union of Road Transport Workers. They have Bola Tinubu stickers on their Danfo buses and other public transport buses. They have to pay 20,000, they say, to buy the stickers, and then a renewal fee of 10,000 every month. Otherwise, what they call Agbero, or the National Union of Road Transport Workers, which are led by Bola Tinubu's thugs in Lagos, will just cause mayhem. So that's that cartel behavior. And then if he's done it in Lagos, he's going to take it to Aso Rock if he's elected. So we as a people should be asking these questions. He's not contesting to be president of the Tinubu household. He's contesting to be our president. So we want to know, Bola Tinubu, are you a heroin drug lord? Because we don't want a Pablo Escobar kind of president. We don't want Nigeria to be reduced to Colombia. We already have enough problems with insecurity. We don't want drug cartels now fighting over. We don't want anybody to make our president vulnerable. These are questions. Yes or no, Bola Tinubu, were you a drug lord? Just yes or no. Thank you for watching.
Politics of personal gain, personal interest, politics of his stomach. That is the kind of politics he is playing. That is the kind of politics he's playing. The only crime Mr. Obi committed, the only offense he committed was decamping from PDP. This is somebody who was in the same camp with Mr. Reno Omokri, and he was singing his praise. But as soon as Mr. Peter Obi decamped from PDP to Labour Party, he became Mr. Reno Omokri's sworn enemy. He became his enemy. That was the only crime he committed, decamping from PDP. This same person was with you in the same party for years. You never had anything bad to say about him. But as soon as he left the party to another party, you started spilling. You started spilling. Just as you were spilling things, so many vile things about Mr. Tinubu. Today, you are a loyalist. Today, you are a loyalist. Today, he is your boss, and you are so pleased to serve under him. Vulnerable president. So the two of you are vulnerable human beings. Now, one would be right to conclude that Mr. Reno Omokri is a vulnerable ambassador serving under vulnerable President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah, he is a vulnerable ambassador serving under vulnerable President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You cannot be loyal to someone you cannot serve. So since you agreed to serve under Mr. Tinubu by accepting the appointment, it makes you vulnerable. Because you have not come out to tell us that he is no longer a drug lord. You did not come out to tell us. You did not come out to tell us that you retested him. You reinvestigated his case. And the new discovery is that he is no longer a drug lord. So since you did not come out to tell us that, we are still holding on to what you told the whole world 2 years ago about Mr. Tinubu. And I am concluding that you are a vulnerable ambassador serving under vulnerable President Tinubu. Two cannot work together except they agree. So for you to have agreed that you would work with him, it means you are vulnerable. You should be tested. You should also be tested. Let's know whether you would pass the drug tests. You should be tested. Let's know whether you would pass the drug tests. That is it, because I don't know what changed between 2 years ago and now. What changed? What changed? That is Nigerian politicians for you. There are so many. This is just one of them. Thank you for watching.